Welcome to the introduction of Information Sciences, the master program at Radboud University Nijmegen. I'm Ilko Herder and I'm the coordinator of this master program. And I'm going to tell you a bit about the field of information sciences and the structure of this master program. First, let's have a look at what information sciences is according to Wikipedia. Wikipedia defines information science as an interdisciplinary field primarily concerned with the analysis, collection, classification, manipulation, storage, retrieval, movement, dissemination, and protection of information. Practitioners of information sciences study the application and usage of knowledge in organizations, along with the interaction between people, organizations, and any existing information systems, with the aim of creating, replacing, improving, or understanding information systems. So information sciences is not just computer science. Computer science is an important part of information sciences, but there are many other fields directly related to it. This includes archival science, cognitive science, commerce, management, philosophy, law, and social sciences. Already back in 1945, there were information scientists, and Vannevar was one of them. In 1945, he published an article in which he envisaged a machine called the MEMAX. And the MEMAX was a machine with which you would build an associative trail of documents that you would read during your lifetime. And along with the documents, you could create annotations and labels and links to other documents that you found interesting. Based on that, you would create a pertinent trail of interest that will be built as a way that mimics the user's way of thinking. And this machine, the MEMAX, that he published in the article As We May Think, is often quoted as the beginning of hypertext and therewith the foundations of the World Wide Web. So information sciences concerns itself with knowledge, information, and data, and this can take many different forms. Communication and information plays a role throughout organizations in many different ways. On the management floor, formal communications and informal communications. And you can think about that as informal talking on the corridor, meetings with official minutes, telephone calls, emails, voicemails, sketches and notes, text, chat, and video conferences. But also outreach is considered information. So think about a website, prospects, presentations like this one, radio, television, broadcasts, social media, web, and video. All that is part of information sciences. And in order to make all this possible, there are many different technologies. And there are many different technologies, many different formats, and many different ways to access it. So reading it, viewing it, downloading it, listening to it. And you have to answer questions like, who has access to this information from where? And how long should the data be stored? Are there any privacy issues that we need to deal with? And would there be perhaps any smarter solutions than the current solution? The Master in Information Sciences at Radboud University is a one-year master program in which we focus on the link between ICT and management science. So more specifically, we look at the way the organizational structures impact the information system needs and vice versa. So we have a new curriculum that started in 2016-2017. And this curriculum is taught by both the Institute of Computing and Information Sciences and the Faculty of Management at Radboud University. Since we started the new curriculum, we have won several awards. For example, in 2019, we were rated in the Keuzegids Master as the best in the field. In 2018, we were also rated as a top program and the best in the field. And in addition to that, Elsevier selected Information Sciences as the best master program based on the Nationale Studentenenquête. Here you can see a couple of quotes that were in the Keuzegids Master in 2018. And obviously we are pretty proud of this. Apart from the lectures and the working classes that you probably know, we have a particular course called the Griphouse, where you will obtain practical experience by running a virtual software company called the Griphouse. More specifically, you will manage bachelor students in computing science during the courses software development, entrepreneurship, and system development management. On this slide, I'm going to show you the curriculum of the Master Program of Information Sciences. We have a couple of mandatory courses, including System Approaches to Organizations and Information, Knowledge Representation for Information Sciences, Research Methods, philosophy and ethics, and either software development entrepreneurship or system development management. In addition to the mandatory courses, we have 2 specializations that you can choose from. First, we have the more traditional specialization aligning business and IT, and the second specialization focuses on security and privacy. I'm going to explain them in more detail on the next slides. Further, you will have to do a master thesis, possibly as an internship at a company or internally at one of the 2 faculties. And you have 6 credits on free choice. So the specialization on aligning business and IT focuses on communication, information, and data flows in organizations at various levels, taking both a technical and an organizational perspective. It is the more traditional specialization of information sciences, but a very much demanded one. So you will look at various aspects related to software, data, and information. And as a graduate, you will be trained to design information architectures that address both organizational and technical aspects. More specifically, you will follow the course on information retrieval, which is the more technical aspects. And you will follow a couple of management courses, such as organizational change or organizational design, interventions in organization, or strategic scenarios and business models. You have to select 2 out of 4. In addition to that, you can use your free electives to further specialize on the technical part, or rather the management part, whatever your preference would be. The second specialization is unique to Radboud University and focuses on security and privacy. In this specialization, you will connect more to the group of data security. So expertise in privacy and information security is highly sought after in both government agencies and private enterprises. And larger organizations often already have an information security officer. And the new EU privacy legislation, which has come into effect in 2016, the GDPR, requires many institutes to also have a chief privacy officer. So the courses associated to this specialization include security in organizations, law in cyberspace, and one of the shown management courses. The master thesis involves 18 credits, which amounts up to 3 to 4 months of full-time work. And as information sciences is a very multidisciplinary area, you can go many different directions. On this slide, I just show you a couple of recently finished master theses. The first one is about identifying the need for a data protection impact assessment, which was carried out at security company Secura. The second one took a bit more futuristic direction and involved investigating recommendation systems in a voice user interface, such as Siri. And the third thesis involved digital nudges in order to shift customer purchase behavior in supermarkets to become more ecological. As a graduate in information sciences, you can end up at many different positions. So you can either choose for the more traditional consultancy direction or at a bank. You can choose to become a security or privacy officer at a company or organization, or perhaps to advise the government or the Dutch railways on their IT infrastructure. You can even go into a more technical direction, become a system developer. During your studies, you will automatically discover which direction suits your interests most. As information sciences is a specialized master, certain background knowledge is expected, and therefore we have certain admission requirements. As a Radboud student, you can enter the master if you have a bachelor in computer science, together with a minor in management science. Alternatively, if you have a bachelor in business administration, economics, or business economics, you can take the minor in computing sciences. If you come from a different university, from the Netherlands or abroad, and you have a sufficiently similar bachelor degree, you can be admitted as well. For students with a bachelor from University of Applied Sciences, the Dutch HBO, we have a specially designed pre-master that you will have to do in order to enter the master at the Radboud University. If you have any questions on how to apply for admission, please contact our student advisor Perry Goots or have a look at our website. If you have any questions or if you would like to have more information about the Master in Information Sciences, please contact me at ilkoherder@cs.ru.nl. If you have any specific questions regarding prerequisites, admittance, or the pre-master, you can best directly contact our student advisor, Perry Goots. Thanks for your attention, and we hope to hear from you soon.